Hi, I'm Ken Conley with the Home Inspection Network. Today I'm interviewing Tom Sansone of National Property Inspections out of Rochester, New York. How you doing today, Tom?
Great.
Today our topic will be windows. My first question is, a lot of folks always ask the inspector, do you think we should replace the old wood windows with the newer energy efficient windows?
Actually, I wouldn't replace the windows just for energy efficiency reasons alone, because the payback period might be 10 to 15 years, but there's might be other contributing factors that might make you want to go ahead with replacing them. Not only will they save you money, though, but other problems that you could have with your older windows is there might be lead in the windows, which can cause health threats to you and your family. So for that reason, you might want to replace them. Another thing to look at is how well are the windows working. If they're all working very good, maybe it's not worth replacing them, but if you have many that are broken, not working properly, rotted out or whatever, falling apart, then it makes sense, in my opinion, to replace them with the newer energy efficiency, because you not only will be saving money in energy efficiency, but then you'll have windows that all function properly.
Okay. For the customer that has the newer efficient windows, all right, sometimes you know how they have that fogging or that condensation within those windows. What causes that, and how can that be fixed?
Well, those thermal pane windows have basically two window panes, and they're factory sealed, and they have this desiccant at the bottom of the window. That desiccant is kind of like if you ever bought something at a store and it had a little bag in it, in the shoe or whatever you were buying. That's desiccant material. It's the same thing they have in windows, and that desiccant material absorbs moisture. And sometimes that material in there gets overloaded and saturated, and when that happens, it can no longer absorb moisture, and the windows will start to fog and condensate. It can be fixed by either, one, replacing the window panes. They can remove the window panes and put new ones in, or it can be fixed in many cases. There are companies out there where they actually drill a hole at the top of the window and another little small hole at the bottom. They inject this chemical in there and they clean out the window. They install this permanent vent, which basically what they've done is re-engineered the window, and they guarantee that window will never fail again, and they do restore it to 95% of its original insulating value, and in many cases that's an option to repair rather than replace. It's usually cheaper if you can repair it rather than replace it.
Okay, Tom, now in my home, I have the wood windows. One of them is held up by a book, okay? Why won't it stay up by itself?
Yeah, well, those older windows, they have sash cords. It's just basically a rope, and there's a weight in there, and sometimes over time that rope will just break, and you can either just replace the rope, or a less expensive way to do it is they have these little bent pieces of sheet metal you can buy at a hardware store. They're called window controls. I think they cost $3 for a pair or two of them. And you just slide that into the ways of the window, and it creates some friction there that holds the window up. In most cases, you can get by with one of those, unless it's really loose, you'll need both. So it's a very inexpensive way to fix that.
Tom, you're definitely an expert. Thank you for joining us on the Home Inspection Network.
Thanks for having me.